So Alex, take us inside the locker room after a game like that, after you guys had two pretty convincing wins in this series.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate for us because, we have high expectations for ourselves and how we should play, and I don't think we held ourselves accountable enough to carry that out 48 minutes. You give credit to the Heat. They came out and played desperate, played with a sense of urgency that you do when you lose games, and they were on it from the jump, and you can kind of tell that from how well Jimmy played. But I think for us it's just about looking in the mirror and realizing how we want to play and getting back to that.
The combination of you winning the first two games and Miami not having two players, is it fair at all to say that you guys kind of took a deep breath knowing the position you were in?
Yeah, the human nature element of basketball in the playoffs is something I don't think people talk about enough. But like we said, we're trying to be champions. And regardless of who's out on the court, what the score is, what the series is at, it's up to us to play at that championship level basketball and that championship caliber way that we can. And obviously, we just didn't do it well enough last night and didn't do it well enough for 48 minutes.
There's been so much talk about throughout the entire bubble run here, really the whole season, about, we know what LeBron and AD can do. What's the other guys going to do in this group? Is there an added element of pressure, or how do you balance, making sure you're not just watching LeBron and AD go to work?
Yeah, that's part of it too. We got to do a better job of putting them in positions to be successful, because they are such great players. They get so much attention. But as far as the pressure goes, it's NBA Finals. We know it's at stake. We've been playing for this for the whole year. As soon as you put on that gold jersey, you know what the job requirement is. Go out there and play basketball and play well. So for me, I'm really just kind of disappointed in myself for not holding myself to a higher standard and being ready to play in Game 3, regardless of, like we said, who's out and what the score is and all that. For me, it's just about going out there and trying to do my job better.
I don't know if it's just a unique situation with us where we're sitting courtside and there's not 20,000 screaming fans, but it seems like in this series in particular, especially each time teams go to their bench for a timeout, there's some added trash talk going on. Mm-hmm. I don't know, again, if it's more than usual, but what do you see and hear out there?
Yeah, I don't think it's anything out of the ordinary. I think like you said, there's just not 15 to 20,000 fans yelling every time you go to the bench, so you get to catch a little more of it. But that's what the playoffs are. We got a very competitive group on our side, and the Heat are very competitive on their side as well. And this is the ultimate prize. Right? This is the biggest series of basketball every year, and we're both not going to go down without a fight.
I know a lot was made of this when we first got to the bubble about how you made the decision to skip your sister's wedding. Mm-hmm. Is part of that deal that you guys made that you have to come home with a championship?
Yeah, I told my sister that's probably the only way it's going to be worth it. It was funny because you say that they are both my parents got to come into the bubble and have been here for close to a month now, and then both my sisters actually flew in. My younger sister was at the game last night. Older sister, whose wedding I missed, was flying in today. So they're going to be here for the next couple of games. Hopefully they can bring me some good luck.
What's the conversation like with your parents after a game like Game 3?
They're great. They've been so many basketball games, and I've played throughout my life just in games that matter and in big situations. So they know what to do. My dad never dives too deep into the basketball element, more of the mental element, and my mom just always outwardly just loving me. So it's always easy with them.
Do you forget for a minute that you're in the NBA Finals and feel more like AAU basketball again or something?
Not having the fans, it kind of does feel like that at times, but. Like I said, man, I know what's at the finish line.
I appreciate you, Alex. Good luck in Game 4.
I appreciate it, man. Good talking.
Oh, yeah, it's all.